Hi everyone. I'm a Korean dad who had lived in the Philippines for 15 years. Have you watched the drama The King Eternal Monarch or any Korean historical drama? You have probably heard of the name Sanggung, which is the court lady. I'd like to show especially a lot of women in the royal palace. Stay tuned with this video to the end. There were so many women in the royal palace in Joseon Dynasty, which refers to the pre-democratic Republic of Korea. The king and his family lived in the royal palace, so they needed several kinds of assistants. I have classified women in the royal palace and focused on the head court lady, which is an actress in the drama. The women in the palace were divided into two groups. First, royal family. They were king's wives, mothers, grandmothers, and daughters. They were high levels of the country. Second, palace women. They were officers and workers for king's food, clothing, and shelter. Their official levels of the country is below the levels of the royal family. But the head court lady is the top among the palace women. The inner women are internship of the court lady. Take a look at the illustration. It is the organization of the women in the palace. The head court lady. The history of Joseon Dynasty era. She takes king's command. She supervises all housekeeping in the royal palace and control all kinds of the court ladies. She has the highest position in female general citizens and has power and authority. She has worked here more than 35 years. She should be intelligent, nobility, high experienced, and excellent leading. The vice head court lady. She assists the head court lady and supervises the lower court ladies. She takes charge of the head court lady at the time of an accident of the head court lady. The residential court lady. She always waits to receive a command from the side of the king. So she is composed of the smartest woman among the court ladies. The nursery court lady. She educates and assists the children of the king. The prosecutor's court lady. She has a mission to inspect and evaluate behavior of general court ladies and inner women and apply for punishment. The maid court lady. She takes charge of the book, reads the article, and delivers the command of the king. The kitchen court lady. She is responsible for the meal of the king. The palace banquets are mainly male cooking. The blessed court lady by the king. She is chosen court lady by the king. If she delivers king's baby, she will become a royal family. But before delivery, she is still the level of the court lady. The above-mentioned court ladies manage 7 or 8 general court ladies each. And each general court lady handles around 10 inner women. For an inner woman comes in the royal palace between 4 and 13 years old for internship. She becomes an inner woman to work 10 to 15 years with internship. And she becomes the general court lady after 15 years work more. The head court lady will be chosen after 10 years work of the court lady. Their salaries are delivered to families outside the palace with rice and subsidiary foods accordance with their levels. The court lady No is the head court lady in the drama The King Eternal Monarch. She is the highest position like the prime minister except king's family. You can see that veiled enmity or plot of the king's wives progresses with the assistance of the women in the palace in the historical Korean drama. Because of their mindset and authority, history often seems to flow differently. So we shouldn't pursue the party interests, but work for a great cause. Furthermore, we, servants, should be loyal to each God and live according to God's will. Thanks so much for watching this video. I'll make you encounter the new Korean culture folder. Bye-bye.